Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. And if you're first starting out, or if you're a seasoned professional, this video is for you, particularly if you're a seasoned professional. Because in this video, I talk to you about what I call the three rookie mistakes when it comes to designing PowerPoints. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm horrified that I still need to do this video. I would have thought that these three things that I'm about to talk about would have been sorted out like 5 or 10 years ago. I'm just shocked. I cannot believe it that people still do these three things. And it's like for the amount of education that we have around how to make bad PowerPoints, it still happens. I don't understand why. But let's look at the three core errors or the three core mistakes or the three what are things you can do with the PowerPoint, and let's have a look at what they could be. But before we go into it, let me ask you the question: what is the purpose of your PowerPoint? What's the purpose? Like, what are you actually trying to do? And I would postulate, I'm just going to throw this out there, folks, that you want people to be able to see some information and maybe even take away the information. Would that be too much to ask? I don't know. And this video was kind of inspired by an event that I went to recently where I saw some PowerPoints that really did not meet the common sense requirements, right? So the first thing I want to really encourage you to do before I go into the three errors is do a visual check. You're like, what do you mean? I mean, do a visual check on if people can actually read your PowerPoints, right? And this is something I've learned very early on in my career, kind of with common sense when I heard it. But I'm staggered to believe, like, to realize that so many people don't do it. So a visual check is basically you throw your PowerPoints up on the screen at the venue and you go and sit in different seats and make sure that people can see what's on your screen. What a great novel idea, right? I know I'm being a little bit facetious here, folks, but I don't understand why people don't do it because essentially you want people to see them. So why don't you check if people can read them? And even in the online environment, right? So there's nothing that stops you setting up a free Zoom account and checking can you read your slides or not, and can other people read your slides or not, right? And so now let's dive into three core errors that really impact whether someone can read it or not. First one is the font size. If your font size is too small and you're in a very large auditorium or you're in a room that's, seats 20, 30, 40 people, you might want to think about how big the letters are, right? You may want to do that, particularly if you're throwing up your contact details or, how maybe even the link for people to buy something, right? Maybe a good idea. Because if people can't see it, they can't act upon it. They can't see it, they can't act upon it. Right? Again, I know this is so bleedingly obvious, but people are still not thinking about. I know, right? And even in the online environment, if your font is too small, you've got a bit of an issue there, right? So people will not be able to read your information. Next one is color. Color. This one surprises me as well. Oh my gosh, have you not looked at your slides? Have you not thought about A, people being colorblind? And another part of it, B, is some colors just do not sit well on a slide. For example, a hyperlink, once it turns blue, yeah, kind of going to get some fuzziness. It's going to be hard for people in the room to actually read the link, right? That's probably the last thing you want if you want them to actually take action and, go somewhere and do something, you probably want to make sure they can read the link, right? So definitely you want to be careful with the following colors. You want to be careful with red. Black, black, black. Avoid using too much red on your slides, if any at all, right? And next, you want to be careful of green and you want to be careful of blue. Okay. Now, in this video, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just definitely going to tell you what to be careful of. Because at the end of the day, there's thousands of videos out there on Google, everywhere, on how to make great PowerPoints. But today's video is all about things not to do or the things to be very wary of, right? So number one is the size of your font. Make sure people can read it. Now, that is going to depend on, what other information you've got on the slide, and how big your room is, how big your audience is, and all that information as well. So we got size, we got color, and the last of it, how much text do you actually have on the screen? And ask yourself, has your PowerPoint slide become a reading test? Has it become a reading test, right? Are there people in the audience that are going to start to go, oh, I need to put my glasses on, or I need to go and see an eye doctor, or is the person going to literally just stand there, sit there, and read all the text? Because at the end of the day, if it's becoming an eye test, that's probably a clue, folks, right? So I really want to encourage you. At the end of the day, on a slide, it should be snapshots of ideas. And if you have to put up the ultimate full text, okay, to a degree, but maybe just put 3 or 4 lines each time. And then on the next slide, show the next section. On the next slide, show the next slide. But make it readable. Make it so that somebody can quickly look at the slide and read the key points. At the end of the day, why would you put a heavy cognitive load on the viewer and make it straining on the eyes and straining on the brain to even look at? It just doesn't make sense, folks. It makes me laugh as I think about it. Like, such rookie errors, folks. Like, what would you do it, right? So just yeah, right? Oh gosh, it makes me laugh, right? So first rookie mistake is not doing a visual check, not actually sitting in the chairs and actually checking, can people read what's on your slide? And that means every single slide. So go through and do a visual check of every slide you ever put together for your workshop. Yes, I do it. And I make sure that it's crystal clear, and I make sure that people can read whatever's on the slide. If they can't, I have to go back and fix the slide, right? Because why would it? So let's go through it one more time. So we've got the size, make sure the font's big enough and it's not too small if people can't read it. Yeah, you got issues there. You got color, avoid the red, the blue, the green if you can. And also, just a side note, please don't make your slides black. You're all the background black. Bad idea, not a great idea, unless you're throwing a contrast to an image. That's okay. But if you got black and then you got words on top of that, folks. So think about your colors, right? And again, it's not a topic for this video, but think about your colors and really go, okay, blue, red, yeah, green, is this making it better or is it potentially making it harder to see? Knowing there's colorblind people out there, folks, so forget that. And then last of all, too much text. Instead, have shorter, concise points. And if you have to show the full text, do it over multiple slides. Yeah, it's not rocket science, folks, but for some reason it still seems to be. On that note, folks, thanks for watching the video. If you're guilty of any of these slide sins, that's okay. We'll forgive you. But going forward, please do the visual check. Make sure people can see it and sit in different seats and do the check. And even in the online environment, do the check. Not hard. And on that note, folks, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you excuse my passion and my excitement for this topic. But come on, team, we've been doing this long enough with PowerPoint. I think we can start to get it right. Thanks for watching the video and like, comment, share. Let's get these mistakes eradicated from PowerPoint. Thanks for watching, team.